Here we go. Part 6 of my dev stream. I don't have the game running or anything. I'm not actually prepared. Just get prepared on stream. It's fine. Games, Confounding Calendar 2023. Let's get the code up. There it is. Oh, they're not attached to each other. There we go. Now they should be. Cool. And then get the game running. npm run surf. Localized. Ta-da! My game is here. Ta-da! Cool. So, yesterday we got animations, player animations, changed some of the sprites a bit. Also, we have undo and restart. Ta-da! I guess I could allow undoing to the very beginning, which probably makes sense. Okay, so there's something to fix there, which is it's not that we don't allow an undo in that case, like when it's 0, but we just don't pop in that case. So this, in that case we pop, otherwise we just get the first thing from the list and we get rid of that condition. Undo, undo, undo. Yeah, okay, it takes me right back to the beginning. Neat. There we go, one thing done. Get status, get add. Ooh, there's something else in that. What am I doing? Get diff cached. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so the stuff that's, let's bring this on so people can see. The stuff that's in game state is actually part of the previous thing. I just hadn't actually quite done it right. So sorry, keep game state. Wait, what was the previous thing? Yeah, okay. Get commit, amend. And then get add. What have I just done? Allow undoing back to initial state. Neat. Done. What we should do now, next task, is to get the intermediate states in. Oh, that was weird. Wasn't that a weird position then? Hold on, if they just go over here, they jump down here. No, maybe it's fine. It's interesting that I fall like that if I am pressing both of them at the same time. What's actually going on there? Oh, I think the undos are overriding. Yeah, and so therefore we're just continuing. I think. No, that doesn't make sense. These two things should do the same thing, right? And they have a lot of undos that I can do. Whatever, who's gonna spam undo and restart at the same time? It doesn't matter for this. So, okay, so I want the thing that basically says, so right now I'm saying if anything changed when applying the rules, then we push the thing to the stack. I also want to do the same for the physics, because the physics might have updated without the underlying games, like the underlying grid-based rules doing anything. I think there's a version of this that I could have architected where the thing I'm trying to represent here, which is jumping to different layers, is almost like part of the rules in some way. But I'm just gonna have it as I'm just gonna have update physics return an extra thing, which will be whether something changed in terms of undo state. Although it's not that simple. It's not too far from that. So the complication with the jumping state is that I need to know where I was when I last left the ground. Which is fine. Game state. Yeah, okay. This last ground position is going to be null to begin with. And then last ground position is going to be null. And it's going to get set anytime there is ground. Anytime we are on ground. Where's my best like on ground? Like here, I guess. Game state last ground position equals x player dot position dot x, y is player dot position dot y. Cool. And then we add that, well, that becomes the position that we actually push. Yeah. So this is going to be slightly awkward, doesn't mesh super well with the previous code that I wrote, but sure, whatever. So it's my last ground position. And then if I'm going from, do I have anywhere where I'm like detecting that I wasn't on ground and now am on ground? I don't know if I have that. I don't think I have that. So I guess we're adding a was on ground. Which will start off as false and say in physics, if on ground, game state was on ground. So this is just to carry over to the next frame basically. And this is false. And before that, so if on ground, and if on ground and we weren't on ground, then let's just log for now. Landing. So in theory that should run anytime I land from a jump. Landing, it's already run once. Landing. Landing. Okay, cool. So that's when we want to say, basically make a snapshot of the previous state. And since it's just a jump change, like a jump can't involve pushing anything, and it can't involve any like change to the grid contents, then we can just store the player's position. Yeah, it should be fine. It's the player's previous position. Do I want to treat this as an event? maybe. A question I want to answer quickly is it possible for me to jump over? No, not over a cube. Okay, so if there's a jump that's moving me to another height, that is enough, as that's what I'll store in the undo stack. Okay. I mean, all I really need to do is have a thing that says, yeah, sure, okay, let's, what did I call it in here? I called it anything changed, sure, we'll just call it the same, anything changed, false. Yet if that happened, so it's not just if that happened, or is it down here? It's if that and math dot floor player position y does not equal math dot floor last ground position y. So okay, let's just double check that that should only, oh, whoops, game state, in y, oh, because it's null to begin with. Well, I don't want to count this one. Okay, so basically just that. It's ugly, but it's fine. So that'll count the landing, and that will, but if I land back on here, it won't. Cool. So that's my detecting if I'm changing position in enough of a way to care about putting it on the undo stack. Anything changed equals true. And we're going to return that along with the event. Let's return them like this, I guess. Nothing changed. Then in here, I'm going to do, it's going to, whatever, it's fine. Anything changed. This is just gonna, what do we actually want here? We don't want to overwrite that with that. We want to, oh, in fact, hold on. No, these are two separate things because we're not going to end up in here. Although I could just, yeah, I could bring this out, that's fine. Okay. Okay, this is fine. What have I messed up there? Oh. I undid too far. I guess I wanted to say, like, I could say this, right? So if that's true, this will stay true even if that's false. Yeah? I think so. So if we jump around, oh, prior state is not defined. Oh, okay. Indeed. Okay, I'm now doing more serializing than I actually need to. Let's just see if it works first. Okay, so I'm jumping around, jump up here, undo. Oh, that didn't work. It sort of works, a little bit. Jump here, jump here. Oh. Why does it take me to there? Oh yeah, because I'm doing it wrong. These are two totally separate things. Okay, so it's physics changed. And it is changed. It's a bad name, but whatever. Const. That can just be that. If rules change, do this. And this does go here. So the difference is if physics changed, which can go in here because physics changed, yeah, and events happening won't ever happen at the same time. Maybe I should have treated it as an event. No, because then the behavior is different anyway. It's fine. This is fine. If physics changed, then we actually want to serialize something slightly different, which is a little bit awkward. I could do this in a terrible way. I could do this in a terrible way. I think I might be. Player position. If player position is null, then player position equals this dot player position. Doing it in a horrible way. And then here we'll pass in game state dot last ground position. Jump, jump, go here, jump here, undo. Doesn't work. Oh, because I'm not pushing. I'm not actually. No, that's the wrong place to do that. Whoops. It should be here. Well, I want to do the same thing. It's not the prize state. It's the restore state though. This right? I feel like there's gonna be bugs with this. Okay, I'm gonna jump here, I'm gonna jump up here, I'm gonna jump here, undo. This doesn't work. Physics. Anything change? True. So we know that happens at the right time. Let's just double check that, I guess. Console log, physics changed. So it's undefined. Wait, is there another return? Oh, there's loads. Oh no, there's in lambdas. Why is it undefined? Anything changed? Should be false. Oh. No. Return event, anything changed? Where's it gone? Index. So I know this is going to crash, but let me just log that. Am I getting my syntax wrong? Event null, anything changed false. Oh wait, sorry, what was the thing that we got the error about? No, I'm getting undefined here. Physics changed. Oh, because it's called anything changed inside, of course. Okay, I'll just rename it inside. Physics. That was another way of dealing with that, but that's fine. Okay. So maybe now it works? Jump, 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 undo. It's going there again. Why is it not going to the state? So Pushing to undo stack from a jump. So jump, pushing to undo stack, pushing to undo stack. So in theory, game state serialized player position. Console log player position. I should be passing that in. Yes, I am. So it's not null. Therefore, it should just use that. Oh. Good job, me. I need my player facing at the same time as well. Okay. Last ground facing. Face on. Player facing. This starts player facing. And then make this player facing. And then last ground position. Is that where it's set? Yes, okay. Game state, last ground facing is game state player facing. Then pass that here. Last ground facing. I feel like I didn't do everything, but let's see what happens. Jump, 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 undo. You're going there still. I guess I was in the middle of fixing that problem. Okay. So when I land over here, boom, that's, land here, nothing changes, so I land here, that. And if I land this way, that. Seems good to me. These two things shouldn't be happening, so therefore we should be serializing that and putting that on the stack. Although, hold on. So what I want this to actually be is the previous position, right? So what we should see if I jump here and then jump here is this, the Y should be increasing. It's decreasing. Why am I getting the... I wonder if at the time... Oh yeah, because the physics happens. Of course, previous, well, I mean, let's call it last ground position, or prior ground position. I'll stick with that terminology. Prior ground facing. Last ground facing. Okay. Jump, jump. Yes, that increased. Okay, I think it's gonna work. Undo, yay. Sweet. It now undoes my jumps. Hello, Zeb. How's it going? Jump, jump. But it only actually adds it to the stack if I change height. That's just to avoid, like, if I jump around in the same spot for a while, not doing anything. It doesn't count for anything. think that's good enough. That's good enough. Where are those logs? There. Is that the only one? Yeah, it's the only one. The game is going pretty good. Been getting some good features done. Like, I've got walking animation, got jumping animation. If you start falling at a certain rate, the hair goes up a bit. I've got pushing, that's been there a while now. I need to add gravity so the blocks fall. I've got undo. And the thing I've just added is it adds to the undo stack after any jump where you change height. So you can undo jumps as well. So if you like miss a jump, you can try it again. So if you go over here and you're like, oh, I missed it. And when you press undo, you're just back there, it's fine. That's quite funny. If you're here and then walk off, when you undo, you're just there again. Oh, hold on, there's a mistake here. Oh, not really a mistake, actually. Ooh. Not sure how I should deal with that, actually. I might just ignore it. Yeah, I'll ignore it. Missed the jump. Missed the jump, there we go. Cool. Oh, and I can restart, of course, and then do more stuff. And then, as every good puzzle game should have, I can undo through the restarts. Which I think is what just happens. Push, push, push. Restart. Undo. Yeah, perfect. Ta-da! Oh yeah, okay. Just keep on doing until I get back to the beginning, which was here. I apparently did a lot of restarting at the start, did I? Or... No, oh yeah, because I've made it so that I can undo back to the initial states. That's all that's happening there. So I'm undoing back to that state. Even though I haven't done a turn, but I think it's fine. Like, he's going to do that anyway. Alrighty. What do I want to do next? Animations are probably important. Like, or I could do the gravity falling stuff. Maybe I should do that. It's like fairly simple to do. It's pretty simple to do. I'm in the habit of like actually refreshing the page to restart, but I don't need to anymore. I've got an actual restart button. You're trying your hand at puzzle scripts. So first time using puzzle scripts? Are you making a game for the Confounding Calendar? Have I asked this already? I forget who's been in chat and who's spoken about what. I do love puzzle scripts. This is like the first game in a while I've done that's not in puzzle scripts. I did start a Unity Game Jam game earlier in the year, but I didn't get very far with it. Making puzzle games is indeed hard, but fun. It's like a puzzle in itself. Nice. If you need any advice, let me know. I've done lots of puzzle script things. Lots of very complicated puzzle script things. Too complicated, things that should never have been done in puzzle scripts. Okay, let's make the things full. Okay, I can have the window that wide and have this at full size, so I might as well just have it like that. Let's make things full. Rules. So, okay, I'm going to have the... I need to add the same concept that PuzzleScript has of like again turns. Trying to make something for Confounding Calendar. I mean, the nice thing about Confounding Calendar is you've got to make something small, so it's the perfect time to learn PuzzleScript. You get to just make something tiny. It doesn't have to be too complicated. Do you have an idea? What's the... Well, maybe you don't want to say because it would be spoilers, but like what's the vague premise? Or are you just learning and then you'll figure out what to put in it? I saw there was a question on Discord today actually that I was interested in the answer for, about whether submitting late affects the chances of going into it. Okay, no, yeah. Currently all submissions make it into the calendar. Yeah, that's what I thought. Definitely. As in, definitely, PuzzleScript is a good time to learn some PuzzleScript. Okie dokie. Falling is what we're doing. Rules. Okay, so this is all the horrible push logic. So what will happen if I just like make them fall immediately? Well, what will happen is they'll just immediately appear down there, which is not what I want. I want it to happen in 2 turns. Technically though, if I just put the falling above the pushing, it would happen in 2 turns. Although currently apply rules only happens if there's an event, right? Maybe I need an again event. And that's how againing should work. I think that actually makes sense. So if anything changed, we do an again event. And while the again event is happening, no, it doesn't matter. We just make it happen. I think that's what I'm going to do. But for now, I'm just going to implement the falling up here. In fact, above that as well. So unfortunately, this is not like pushing where I know exactly which thing I need to move. I need to kind of search, which is fine. So yeah, just if we find a cell that has a block in it and has nothing below it, we propagate it downwards. For the purposes of... Ooh. Yeah, so I've got a problem right now where, because I don't have animations, I'm not actually caring about like which block is moving where. I'm just like deleting all the blocks and then moving... deleting all the blocks and then creating new blocks where they were. But if I have animations, I need to know which ones went where. So maybe I should do animations first before doing this, and it will like inform how I do this bit. I should just be doing this game in PuzzleScript if I was sensible, but I am not sensible. Animations, is that what I'm doing? Maybe. That means a different approach to moving blocks. Although, at the same time, I have my movements, I could just loop over them again and generate a set of animations. Yeah, this is actually fine. Oh, okay. So, what's actually contained in the movement? I need to remind myself. I think it's like somewhere up at the top. Movements. Position, direction, cancel. It doesn't say what it is, it says what it's caused by. Like, I don't need any of that. I just need from, to, and what kind of object it is. That's all I need. So what we're going to do is we're going to we'll call it animations. So we're going to map the movements into just a from position, which just comes straight from movement. From position, to position, movements, to position, and then object type, like that, which will just be, for this case, it's always going to be boxes, so I can just say object types box. Let's just check that that works. Oh, animations. So if I push something, two things moved. From positions undefined. Is it now? Oh, position. Oh, from position to position don't exist. I have to calculate the to position the same way I've done it here. I mean, I could do this differently where I just have like constant animations. Animations push this. Movement position and to position. Push. That looks right. 12.9 to 13.9. 12.8 to 13.8 sounds good to me. Okay. And we're going to want to return those. There will only be animations if things have changed. So I could change this to just like, am I returning something? If something changes, there will always be animations, right? I think so. Let's assume yes for now. There's no other return in this function, right? No, pretty sure there's not. Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if that just continued working exactly like that. Yeah? Wait, what happened there? That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's all right. Okay. I think. Oh yeah, interesting, because I teleport. There's no on grounds. Yeah, okay. Oh, but I'm not just animating those, I'm also animating the player from their position, which I can easily do. Oh, it's not an object type though. I could just be terrible and say, if the object type is null, it's the player. pretty terrible idea, but I'm probably gonna do it. So technically here I don't know that the player's actually done anything. So the player might not be moving at this point. I only know if there actually are some movements. Okay. Yeah. That's right. So if there are some movements, then the player is moving. Why am I doing pending movements here? If we're pushing and pending movements greater than like, wait, so if I push into like this, no, it doesn't do anything. It's greater than 0 and not pending movements cancelled. Isn't that just the same as saying, if that one's cancelled, then everything else is cancelled? That's just the same as saying if movements.length is greater than 0. Don't fix what ain't broke. Movements.length. Animations push. I'm going to do the terrible thing and just say null means the player. And that's going to be from... I've done this badly. Have I actually? No, because the event position is where it comes from. Okay, so event position is fine. I mean, I've still done things badly, but... And then... Why don't I just do it up there? Let's animations equal empty. It's going to have to go at the top eventually anyway. Then up here, if we've pushed, and there's a pushable thing, and we start adding stuff, but I don't know that things are moving, so I can't do it up there. So no, bring it back down. Yeah, I only know at this point, so I'm just going to have to do this. This is where the player will end up. Okay. I'm not logging anything anymore, so that was a pointless test. This didn't crash, I guess. So from there to there, from there to there. So theory from rules, from applying rules, wherever that happens, here. We know whether something's animating. Okay. So this should probably just be called animations. Wait, oh yeah, so then there's 3 things in the list. Because the player's included. Cool. We'll also end up adding a tweening function eventually, because we'll have different tweening functions depending on the actual animation that's happening. But for now, we'll just assume they're all the same, because in this case, they will all be the same. So then we have animations. So if there are animations, this is where things get complicated. We're introducing a new thing, I think, that we could call the animator or animation handler. Sure. Always love putting handler at the end of a class name. Oh, I should really change my default settings. There we go. So this is going to go in animation handler.js. or actually just animation.js. And we're going to export default animation handler. And then in index, we're going to import animation handler from animation. Cool. This is going to be fun. So animation handler is going to have to store an array of pending animations. Queue animations. It's going to take some animations and add them to the pending animations. I'm getting semantic satiation from this word, animations. What time is it? 10 to 8. What time is the Thinky Games stream? I think it's at 9. I think it's at 9. Thinky Games profile. 9 o'clock, cool. So what I'll do is I'll work until 9 o'clock. Join the Thinky Games stream. Well, we'll go watch the Thinky Games stream and do some other stuff at the same time. And then I'll come back after that, or at some point during that, I guess, maybe. Because I need all the time I can get to actually finish this. Okay, so it's going to queue animations. And I want basically... I want to freeze the physics if there are animations happening. That's just the decision I'm making. If things are animating as a result of rule changes, then we don't want physics to happen. So we need a way of saying, I might end up realizing that this could just be an array outside, because like all I'm doing is implementing array functions, but whatever. What was I going to say? Has pending animations. Arrays actually these days have no is empty, or just an empty function, don't they? Pretty sure they do. Oh, they don't. I thought it'd been added at some point. Okay. Has pending animations. If the length is greater than 0, then yes, it does. So we're going to freeze the physics if it does. I've sort of done this badly, haven't I? Have I? Not really. I kind of want to just freeze all of this, right? If... Oh, I haven't even constructed one yet, have I? There's my input handler, my animation handler can go next to it. A handler, bloodies. Animation handler. Where was I here? Ooh, I want to freeze like almost everything. I don't want... Like I do want... okay, I'll leave the inputs out because I do want them to be able to work, but I'm going to have some special other logic going on as well because they'll have to cancel the animations. But That's fine. If animation handler has pending animations, then we do, sorry, if it doesn't have pending animations, then we do the physics stuff. So right now nothing will go wrong because I'm never actually queuing any. But if there are animations, so basically the game's going to freeze now. Animations, queue, animation handler, queue animations. Animations. So the game's going to freeze right after a turn. Yeah, okay. The character keeps animating. Like, keeps walking. That's quite funny. Because the logic for which frame to show is in the renderer, not in the physics stuff. That might actually end up working out in terms of while pushing. Oh no, I guess I want a different pushing animation though. So we'll figure that out. Okay, so that freezes the physics. While the physics are frozen, so actually I'm going to invert this and do it like this. Else. While there are animations, we want to make those animations happen. Now the problem is the renderer needs to do different things. Ugh. Currently the render is going off the game state rather than anything else, but that might be okay. It's not okay, is it? Because it's not like I can just like have a special render function that takes animations and only does those, because only renders the animating things, because then all the other things that aren't animating would just disappear. The sensible thing to do, annoyingly, would be to pass the renderer the things to render rather than the game state directly. So it shouldn't work off the, well, for the static things it could work directly off the grid. Hello Marcos, how's it going? I've done lots of things. Right now the game crashes if, like, intentionally, if I push things. Do you want to see all the changes? Maybe you've seen them. Are you like catching up on my previous streams? Because I saw you comment on one before. Okay, this is without it crashing. Oh, like, wait, ooh, I couldn't jump then. Why was that? Oh, I probably was like hitting the thing. I did the glowing around the cave. There's just a sprite that I'm adding. Let's get GIMP up. Sprite sheet. I've got this, and like north, east, south, and west versions of it. And I just like, when I'm rendering, I check if there's like wall and empty space to the side, and then just add the thing. I don't think I like it very much though. So I'm gonna make some changes. No shaders, no. They're terrifying. I've got undo, and it keeps my undos on the stack. Sorry, it keeps my jumps on the stack. Ta-da! Push, 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 push. Jump, 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 jump. Yep. Sometimes it drops you. Magic Cube had this issue as well, and now I understand why it was happening in Magic Cube, because I think they've implemented it almost the same way. But like, if I drop down here, then undo, I undo just to the top of the fall rather than there. And the reason that's happening is because the what do I call it? The lenience in me falling down is pushing me into the middle, and then it's recording the position once I'm pushed into the middle, and that's counting as like the position to like save at. Okay. Oh, well, that was weird. So why was I getting... Oh, because I was jumping back up, of course. I was doing that a lot. No, there's something weird going on there, right? Drop, jump, jump, undo. Oh, it's just that state as well. And that state again. And then... yeah. That's kind of awkward. But yeah, jumps and pushes currently trigger undos. But the jumping is kind of interesting, right? Because... Oh, so one thing the jumping does is if I jump around on this platform a lot... Actually, a better example would be first jump down here, then jump on here, then jump around this platform a lot, just because I'm like impatient and just, I don't know, I'm distracted and just want to do something. That doesn't add to the undo stack. Only the first one did. And the logic for that is, did I change height basically? If I changed height, it counts. Otherwise it doesn't, which isn't perfect, because like probably if you're like jumping across here, you'd want to have both of them, but it's good enough, I think. So right now, if I jump here, then here, I'll undo back to that previous ledge. Yeah. Okay, and the thing I'm doing now is if you make many little jumps while walking like a frog. Yeah, they won't register. So if I jump here, then go jump, 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 jump. You can't really do little jumps. If we do all this, jump around a lot, la la la, it doesn't matter. You go back there if I press undo. Which seems good to me, I think. Yeah, also jumps are always the same height, so you can't do small jumps. Well, the fact that it will skip out all that space, like if you walk a long way and then jump, you'll like undo quite a long way. So if I were going to do it really well, if I were making like a proper commercial game and I wanted it to be perfect, I'd also do a kind of something based on like both time and distance. Like, I think the best way to think about anything that's like, what's the right way to do this? I think, okay, about like, what would the user expect? What would the player expect? And like, if I were just jumping around like this, I wouldn't expect to have to undo through all that. But if I like wander off and go somewhere, I'd expect to like be able to undo to part way through that. And so I'd have something. I think a bit about what the logic should be, about what counts, what should count, what moments are the moments that I would want to undo to, and if it's not something specific, then I do it based on time, like every bunch of seconds, but not every bunch of seconds, just that, every bunch of seconds where distance is being travelled, and what amount of distance, I don't know. But yeah, it'd be some combination of those things is what I would do. I think. That's what my first experiment would be. And then I realize it's terrible and I do something else instead. Anyway. Oh, I've got undo through restart as well. Did I mention that? So every time I restart it, I can go back through it. Until I'm back at the start and I can just keep on doing. Okay, what was I doing next? Oh yeah, animations, which have a bit of an issue. Do I want to do this a hacky way or a not hacky way? Probably a hacky way. Because I could easily just say, if... I could do this. I really could do this, couldn't I? Ugh. I don't even have to store in the animations. I don't have to store what it is. I'm never going to have two things in a single cell animating differently. They're always going to animate the same, I think. So I could just have the animations say which cells we're moving from and to, and not what objects, and then have the renderer go, oh, there's an animation in this cell. Therefore, I'm going to do the rendering for the cell a bit different. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so that means... Well, it means I can leave things as they are. But the render is going to need to take into account what the current animation is. That is roughly what I will do. You could maintain a list of position offsets for each crate. Well... no, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have the start position and the end position and tween between them. I have a tweening function, and it's going to go from 0 to 1. And I'll calculate the offset during the animation period. So we'll know when the animation started, when the animation ended. So I think we need to pass the animation handler to the renderer, and I think that sounds extremely reasonable. I'm going to pass it in second. I'm surprised that didn't crash the game. Animation handler. Okay. So right now, what happens is the game crashes. Well, it doesn't crash, but it freezes. I can't do any more inputs when I'm pushing something because it's currently in like an animation is happening mode, but I'm not actually ending that animation at all. So what I need to do is say, is there an animation to happen? If there is, then we should like handle that, right? Our animation is going to be based on time, yeah, probably. So we'll have a amount of time that the animation should take, which I'll just hard code for now. Basically, what needs some way. The ultimate thing that needs to happen is I need to shift the first animation off that array, that queue, start, and then basically render things based on that animation. Do I want to remove it from the array immediately or only when it's done? Probably immediately. I'll probably end up regretting that. Let's just say next animation. Return this pending animations shift. I'm going to regret that eventually. Probably. Oh, but only if this pending animations length is 0, then turn null. So in that case, there is no animation happening. Ooh, who's going to remember what the current animation is? Probably the animation handler should. Okay, so I should do this differently actually. Should I have a current animation function that I can't name these two things the same. Get animation. I'm going to call it active animation actually. Active animation is null. Get animation is going to say if active animation is not null, we'll just return it. And then otherwise, if pending animations is 0, null, otherwise, well, there's actually a neater way of writing this. Yeah, there's a much neater way of writing this. Active animation is, depending on the length of this, null or it's shift, and then just return that, right? No, this is wrong, because if there is an active one, yeah, let's get back to what it was. So if there's an active one, then we just return that. If there's nothing in the list, we return null. Otherwise, we reset active animation to that one and return it. Okay. Now really, this has more associated data with it, which is going to be like, where in the animation are we, and all that stuff. Renderer. Active animation. Animation handler, get animation. Win. Undefined. Why are you undefined? Renderer, render, animation handler. Renderer, render. Animation handler. Am I being silly? What am I being? How am I being silly? Render. Renderer, render, animation handler. That has been set up here. It's definitely not undefined. I mean, is something overwriting it? No, it's not. Wait, it was undefined for a moment. Do I call render in two places? No. Huh? Carry process undefined reading, get active animation, indeed. So this is somehow null at some point. No, sorry, undefined at some point. Yes. Oh, at the beginning. The very first render. Wait, what's... No, because when this happens here in the onload. And then we queue up a tick. The tick happens. And we send that there. What? Oh, no, I do call render earlier. There is another place I call render, isn't there? Does the render constructor call render? I think it does. It does. Ooh. I shouldn't do it there, should I? Oh no, I have to because that's the resizing handler. So maybe I should just construct the renderer with the animation handler instead of passing it in every time. Yeah, that probably makes more sense anyway. Why don't I could just store the game state. Animation handler. Why am I inserting it before sprite sheet? Nobody knows. Okay, that means I have to construct it earlier. Animation handler's not defined. Where? There it is. There it is. Oh, in renderer, because I'm not currently doing this dot animation handler equals animation handler. And then this is this dot animation handler. Okay, cool. Still freezes, which is good. And we can log active animation, and hopefully it should be null to begin with. And then I push the thing, and it's not null. Okay, there's an animation to make happen. Oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, I'm mixing up like individual animations and like a set of animations that needs to happen. I haven't accommodated for that. So I shouldn't push like this. We'll use the transaction terminology. Pending transactions. Well, let's rename them all. That's animation. Transaction. Then when we push, we're actually pushing all of them as one transaction. So a transaction is just an array of animations. This is definitely going to crash, yeah. Go to active, yeah, yep. Has pending transactions, indeed. Q, did I call that transaction? Q, no, Q transaction. Transaction. Just remember that's an array of animations. There's probably going to be data I want to include with a transaction at some point, but for now, this will be fine. Get active transaction. Cool. So I don't want to end up with just one thing here. I should end up with an array of 3 things when I push. Yeah, okay. Array of 3 things. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that's going to determine what we do with the things that we're rendering in those cells. The three things in the transaction say from where to where. So this is going to be kind of ugly, just like everything else I'm doing. But basically, if I'm rendering in one of the from positions, then I actually want to do something slightly different. It's going to be such a mess. I think I need to tidy up my rendering code a bit. Yeah, I probably do. Although, really, the only bit that's a mess is the fact that I'm calculating the X and Y like over and over and over again, even though I could just do it once. And that's the bit that I'd need to change if an animation's happening in that cell. So I think I should just do that. Wait, isn't X just... Isn't this X? Oh no, hold on, I see it, because that's in pixels. Yeah, okay. Target position. This and this. Well, let's call it draw position. Draw position, that's Y. That. And we're going to do draw position X. Oh, hold on. These are all duplicates of each other, so let's just do this. Okay. Draw position X, draw position Y. Okay, still works. What am I going to do? Am I going to look up in the... Like, one thing I could do, but it doesn't really make anything better. I think I just loop through and go, is the X and Y one of the ones in the active transition? If it is, then we're doing something slightly different. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't freeze anymore. Wait, why doesn't it freeze anymore? Did I comment out? No. Oh, because we're removing the transaction. Which is wrong. Okay, that's why I'm immediately regretting that. I mean, there are two things I could do. One is not remove it from the list until it's done. That's probably the most sensible thing. It does feel nicer. So this is just going to be 0. We're not removing it. Which means the active transaction is just the 0th one. Therefore, do I even need to store it? Oh no, but I do need to know whether it's actually happening or not. I mean, that could just then be like transaction active and false. It's not ideal, but whatever, it's gonna be fine. Pending transactions, push transaction, that's fine. If transition active, return this.pending transactions 0. Otherwise, if there's nothing in there, then return null. Otherwise, we make the thing active. So we just say this true, and we return that. Okay. Yeah, now it freezes again. Cool. Oh, my other problem is going to be that the state has updated. The state has updated. I can't do it by just like comparing the state to the animation. Because like what might happen is like two things might happen. Like I push the blocks and then they fall. That's two separate updates. But during that time, two separate transitions are happening. There's the slide and then the fall. But the game state's like moved on two things. I want the game state to just update as fast as possible. Oh no, no notification, hello. That's not good. Nobody truly understands YouTube's notification system. I often just don't get notifications that people have commented on my videos. And one time I contacted YouTube support about that, and they were like, I think they did eventually tell me what to do, and it was something really silly. It was like, oh, turn off your notifications. I think it was literally turn off notifications and turn them back on again. So that's fun. So maybe try turning your notifications off and back on again. Okay, so I need to rethink this a lot. I need to rethink this a lot. I kind of think that the renderer shouldn't be drawing any of the dynamic objects based on the state, based on the grid state. It should be given a list of dynamic objects and their positions as adjusted to the animation. Maybe. Oh, am I off camera? I am. Each crate can have a logic position and a visual position. Yeah, but my logic position is a grid. It's an array. It's a 2D array. I'm not doing it the horrible way where I store a list of crates. But I might convert it to that for the purposes of rendering. So convert, oh yeah, basically I'll go, where are all the... No, it's the horrible way. I don't like the horrible way. Because then it makes the rules awful. You can't just do like what's in this position and what's in this other position. You have to like loop through and find out what's in every position. Or you do the opposite thing where when you're doing your rules, you convert all your individual positions back into a grid so that you can run the rules on them. Ugh. No, grid is the right approach. Puzzle Script is right in that regard. It should be a 2D array of things, in my opinion. No, it's not. No. It's the right thing to do. Like, either way, you gotta loop through for some reason or another. I guess in my opinion, like, storing the boxes as like a list of boxes with positions for the game logic is mixing up your game logic and your visual logic. Do you scan all the level to find crates when animation? No. Because when the rules run, I propagate along the crates and then up the crates. So I'm not scanning for those, I'm just doing it by adjacency, like cell adjacency. And based on what gets pushed, I create a list of animations. I have a bunch of animations, so I have a list already. It's just that that's a list of animations, not a list of all boxes. So I think basically at that point, I'm already creating a list currently. I'm creating a list of animations. What I actually want to do is create a list of like visual representations of dynamic objects. It's a list of box and something else. And then if the player's included in that, then I can actually combine the logic for rendering boxes and rendering players. No, my way is the right way. No, the player isn't. But if I were doing this a different way, I would basically have it treated as a value in the grid. I would convert the continuous position into a place in the grid in order to do the game logic, but I'm shortcutting that for the sake of doing this particular game. That's what I would do. If I were doing this properly, I'd have the state of the game be grid-based. The physics can run continuously. After the physics run, the player's position gets converted into a grid position. That updates the grid state, because updates the grid state by putting the player in the right place. Then you run the rules on the grid state, and then you render it. But rendering it requires knowing what's where. Well, it requires being able to do the animations, and the animations require knowing where various objects are. So what I'm actually rendering is not the game state itself, but a visual representation of the game states. Yeah. game state plus animation. I guess in pseudocode, the way I would do everything is run physics, and that returns a bunch of stuff, but it returns like player position as part of it. Update player, update grid state with the player position. A bunch of other stuff would happen as well. Like, it wouldn't just be the player position, it'd be like physics output, which would include things like, is the player pushing and things like that, like stuff based on the continuous part of the game. Update the grid state, there, which would return, well, I mean, yeah, I could write it like this for now, which would return like visuals, sort of. This might be some combination of like the physics output and that. Okay, so it'll be more like this: grid state, update grid state. Let's imagine there things like that. So you'd pass grid state, you'd update it with the physics output. You get a new grid state. You'd say get visuals, grid state, and physics output. This would return some visuals, and the visuals are what you render. That's like, in my head, that's like the pure version of how this would work. And visuals contains animations and stuff, right? It's like animations plus like where all the objects are that need to be rendered. It might even contain the grid state so that it can render stuff that isn't dynamic. That to me is like how I would architect the loop, I guess. But in this particular case, I've made it a lot messier than this. Anyway, what was I doing? Okay, so yeah, basically I do want effectively that list of dynamic objects, which is going to include the player, I think. And then we're going to simplify this down to like a single draw function. Do I really believe I can turn this into a single draw function? No. No. There's too much stuff that's specific to the player animations. In theory it's possible, but no. No. Okay. I sort of need some water, so I might go get some. Be right back. Hello, hello. Okay, let's just do it. We'll just charge on ahead until it works. So how do I want to do this? Like, I could change this, just return all the dynamic things. So that means this then is working out. No, I should just have this return the objects. Sorry, the animations. And then based on the animations, get the list of visuals. Yeah, I can like get it to almost what I just described, basically. Yeah, so instead of, okay, cool. So instead of doing this animation stuff in here at all, I mean, I basically could just do it here. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. Or maybe the animation handler should do it. There's like a billion ways to do this. Let's just do it here. Okay. Let's not render anything anymore. I'm going to get rid of all the rendering. What a beautiful game. It's just blank. I mean, it still runs. Yeah, I can add transactions to it. But there aren't any sounds. Oh, you just remind me I need to do sounds at some point. No. So based on the active transaction and the game states and the timestamp, we want to like get visuals. Get dynamic visuals. I'm only going to do the dynamics though. I'm not going to do everything. I.e. the things that can animate. Visuals, dynamic visuals. Right now, I'm just going to put that down here. I might move this out of this file. I probably will. I can see it already, but... And what did I pass? I passed... I don't remember. Game state, active transaction. And the timestamp. Okay. We're also going to want to know when the transaction started and all that kind of stuff. For like eventually, basically, we're just going to build up an array of dynamic visuals, which is going to involve looping through. And then for things that are, but again, it needs to be like the pre. It doesn't actually need to be the pre-game state. Yeah, I could just do it based on the to position of the animation. No, okay, I'm forgetting again that the game state doesn't match. The game state doesn't necessarily match the transactions happening. I need to know the game state at the time the transaction started, basically. So maybe I should be doing this that I'm about to do here at the beginning of the transaction. Basically just get a list of dynamic objects. Again, like this could be a lot nicer, but active transaction. I'm sort of forgetting where everything is now. Rules is where I want to be right now. Rules. So I'm creating a bunch of animations, but I'm thinking what I actually want to create here is a bunch of everything. Right now I do loop over every box here and the player. So I could. They're not all here. No, I don't loop over every box, I loop over all the movements, but I could loop over every box. Grid of visual offsets. Yeah, that did sort of cross my mind. Kind of terrifying. Okay, so the fact is, I need to know when I'm running a transaction, where were things at the start of the transaction? Or yeah, basically the visuals are here. I need to define the visuals in this place. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to loop over all the boxes here. When does this actually affect the state here? Okay, so animations, go away. Get rid of this. We affect the state here. And we return that. I mean, actually, no. Let's think of it as they're all animations, but some of the animations just don't go anywhere. That's how I'm going to treat this. There are animations that just don't have a to. If they just have a from, but there's no to. All the to's the same or something. And we just treat that as, that means the object's staying where it is. That kind of feels like it's the easiest thing for me to do right now. It does still mean, though, that I need to loop over all of the boxes. Regardless of whether things are actually animated or actually moving or not. Find out if they're moving. Don't I? No, so I currently only loop over the boxes that are actually being pushed. Should we just do it inefficiently? I guess so. I guess so. Wait, are the event positions, are they cell positions? Yeah, they are, aren't they? They're not continuous positions. Let's just be inefficient, it's fine. It's fine. For let y 0, y is less than, I must do this. I don't actually do this anywhere else here, do I? No. What is it? It's like level, game state level. Where am I? Here. Game state level data length y plus. That's x. X game state level data length x. If game state, because we haven't updated the state at any point here, level I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just do this right at the start, and then I'm not going to get confused later when I accidentally have changed the game state. Oh, I've got level here, so I'll just get rid of the game state dot. Okay. Level data y, x. That's the cell. So I want to know, does it have not that, hold on. Yeah, does it have object types? I guess dynamic. There's only one dynamic thing, so object groups, dynamic. If it does, let's actually make that if it doesn't. Continue. If we have a dynamic, then we're going to add it to the animations, but with no target. And then we're going to update the targets later. It'll do. Maybe. Hopefully. And again, I don't actually need to store... Or do I? Do I need to store what the thing is? I do. I absolutely do. Well, so then there's an issue, because like the thing might contain multiple things, and it will later. Once I actually implement the mechanics of my game. Well, in which case I can just animate. Yeah, I can just say, just put the whole thing in. It's like a set of objects, object types. Sure. We're gonna have two position null, and that's not gonna be movement. It's gonna be x, y. Cool. Cool. That's the animations. Although I'm still adding animations down here. Then, if we're moving something, we want to set the to position for that thing. So this is going to be the kind of ugly, not very efficient part of the whole thing, but it's fine. For const animation of animations. There are ways you could definitely optimize this. For const animation of animations, if animation from position x equals movement position x, and animation from position y equals movement position y, then animation to position equals to position. Okay, so if I go and push the thing, I get an empty array. Oh yeah, because it's the transactions. Where was the thing? No, yeah, that's... Ooh, okay. Console log animations. Let's remove that other thing. Where is it? Let's fly further up here somewhere. No, where is that other log? Not here. Wait, it isn't anywhere. Okay. Animations is empty though. Rules. Animations. Animations is empty. Oh, hold on, this is wrong, isn't it? If that... No? I mean, I should put the greater than... I mean, okay, why not I just say if that's 0? If the thing ended with the thing, is 0, continue. What am I messing up? Okay, yeah, 576 foos. Empty array. So you're saying you're never getting here? Yes, you're saying that. Wait, have I got the... is it not object groups? No, it's pushable. Okay, there's no such thing as dynamic. That's what I get for using a language like JavaScript. Okay, cool. So right now it contains all of the boxes. And some of them will hopefully contain a 2 position. They do, 2 of them do, because I'm pushing 2 of them. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. This'll do. This will do. Yeah, this'll do. Oh, it's almost time for the Thinky Games stream at twitch.tv/thinkygames. So we should all go and watch it. Thinky Games. Go a stream on a stream. Yeah, okay, it's starting soon. So I'm gonna go hang out in the Twitch chat on that stream. I might keep doing a little bit while I'm doing that, or I might do some other things. And then I'll be back afterwards, or maybe before the end of that stream. So everybody should go over to twitch.tv/thinkygames and join that stream. And then come back later to continue watching me bash my head against these animations. Right. Thanks, folks. Thanks for reminding me that there are other ways I could be doing this, Marcos, that maybe would be less painful, but I'm sticking with it because I don't know, I'm terrible. All right. See you later. Goodbye.